What is going on, guys? Welcome back to my round 4 LBA team builder. And this week we are going to be going over a team that's already directly in front of your faces. If you can't see it, get some glasses, okay? The reason why I'm doing it this way is simply because I'm a little pressed for time. I had surgery, I'm exhausted, I'm on tons of pain medication, and for me to sit down and do a 30-minute explanation video on my team is honestly a little out of the question, but expect the team builder videos to be back to normal next week. Now, with that being said, this team right here is to go against David, and going over his team super quickly, it's going to be on the screen. However, off the top of my head, he has Landorus Eye, he has Mega Altaria, Metagross, Politoed, Sharpedo. It's going to say on the list he has Tentacruel, but I know he's not bringing because he just got the trade through. Tornadus Eye, he has Crawdaunt, he has Ludicolo, and I don't know if I already said Politoed. I might have already said Politoed, but you'll see his 10. And honestly, I'm not going to sit here and say that this is a bullshit team because I really should be preparing everything I possibly can for David. He's the champion. However, with my surgery, I started a new shift at work. A lot of shit happened. I couldn't build the way I wanted to this week. Either freaking way, this is the team that I have. So I have Arcanine with Choice Band. The reason why I want Choice Band is because I want Choice Band Extreme Speed. It does a lot of damage to everything. Oh, he has Gengar. That's the last one I didn't say. It does a lot of damage to everything on his team except for the Gengar. It does about 40% to Tornadus and Landorus. It also does a decent chunk to Mega Altaria as long as he's not physically defensive, which I don't think he'll be. I think he actually will be bringing a physically defensive one, so this one is kind of walled by Mega Altaria. Another thing that this is really meant to do, it's meant to be a failsafe for Landorus. If Landorus goes for a Rock Polish, I want to have a surefire way to kill it. I want to be able to say, hey, I can get off free damage. You can't touch me. And between Hydreigon, Scizor, and Arcanine, I want to be able to have the priority to kill it and the power and the living capability to kill it. And E-Speed, Bullet Punch, and Surf do that. Crunch is for Gengar. It OHKOs basically every single variant of Gengar except for like Max HP, Max Defense. Wild Charge for Politoed, and Extreme Speed, Flare Blitz is for Metagross. In the rain, it still does about 80% to a like Max HP, or 60% to a Max HP, something like that. So that's Arcanine. Kind of sort of because I couldn't think of a last mon to put on this team. And that's basically it. Registeel. I'm bringing a physically defensive Registeel. Why, you might ask? Because I brought specially defensive Registeel to every single battle this entire season, and I think he'll actually be running a Max HP, Max Defense, Dragon Dance Mega Altaria versus me. The reason why I want to run Max Defense is because if he's running Earthquake, I need to be Max Defense to get off a Thunder Wave or a Toxic to put it on a timer for Scizor to kill it. It's basically my only reasoning behind this. I can't do much of anything else. I might be able to live a superpower from a Tornadus. I don't know the calc right off the top of my head. I also am running dual status again, mainly because I want to put his entire team on a timer. He has Seismitoad. How many Pokemon did I name off that I actually think I didn't mention? Either way, you see his freaking team in front of you. I don't. I normally have it written down aside from me, but like I said, I'm pressed for time. So basically, my goal with this is to Toxic everything, put it on a timer, and get it in range for Choice Band, Arcanine, Extreme Speed. Or to put it on Scizor Bullet Punch range. That's my only mission with this. I want to get a Brox too, because he has no Defogger. Hydreigon is a specially defensive Hydreigon. Now, the reason why I'm bringing specially defensive is because I want to be able to eat up Ice Beams. I also want to be able to take on his Tornadus pretty well, and I also want to be able to live a Focus Blast from a Landorus Eye, which honestly, I might not even be able to. I think I can. Just all depends on what kind of spread he runs. So, Roost is to get my health back really quickly. I also have Surf for the Landorus, Dark Pulse for the Metagross and the Gengar, and Draco Meteor is to just, of course, drop Dracos and punch holes. Even with no investment, it still does 50% to Tornadus. So that was this. That's what I was hoping for. Basically, a very odd wall combination. I'm sure I can do better. However, I'm so pressed for time with my surgery. Okay, to give you guys a rough estimate of how yesterday went. I got my surgery, I came home, and I slept until about 8 o'clock at night. I took a pill, my girlfriend came over, we ate, and I went back to sleep. I was exhausted yesterday, so that's why. Scizor, this is my only semi-competitive thing that I thought about this entire time. So, the only thing he has to take choice banded bullet punches is Seismitoad. The reason why I say that is because Politoed, if he's max HP, max defense, he's not an offensive threat, and if he's running that, he's like a walk in the park for Raikou. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So what I want to do is I wanted to still hit really freaking hard and be able to also destroy the Seismitoad. So the only way I could think of to do that would be to either run Expert Belt, which didn't hit quite as hard as Life Orb, or I run Life Orb, take the damage, and have Roost. So I actually decided to go with the Life Orb and have Roost, because Bullet Punch does a lot to everything on his team, does about 40%, and Knockoff, the only thing that can take Bullet Punches, does not want to take a Knockoff, and that is Metagross. And then on top of all that, I wanted to have a way to kind of sort of throw him off kilter. Oh, by the way, this Arcanine speed, I believe, is just to outspeed all base 75s and lower. I think. It might be something like that. I might be tripping. So I'm also taking Hidden Power Grass with 92 special attack EVs. This makes it a solid 2-hit KO, even without Bullet Punch. I think it does like 73%, or it might... Real quick, let's run the calcs anyway. Scizor, let's go ahead and run the calcs. Bulky Swords Dance. I really didn't want this video to be all about calcs, but I can't remember the exact thing right off the top of my head, and I do not want to tell you guys the wrong thing. Technician is the ability, where Life Orb, the 92, and let's go to Seismitoad. See, like, Hidden Power Grass has 80%, and that's saying something. So 252, 252, and then we'll just throw Calm on it, and that might... Yeah, see, it's a solid to a KO, even without, even if he's specially defensive. So that's why I'm doing that. He has to bring Seismitoad. If he doesn't, then he only has one ground type. Raikou can Volt Switch all over the place, and even then, he doesn't want to take a Hidden Power Ice from Raikou. So that's my thought process there. Knockoff is to get rid of items because I don't want him to be choice scarfing things and choice spexing things all over my face, or choice banning the Metagross, that too. This thing is another way for me to bluff a choice item and hurt something extremely hard, mailing the Seismitoad when it comes in. Volt Switch and Thunderbolt take care of a lot of his water threats, and Hidden Power Grass takes care of his ground water types, and Shadow Ball takes care of the Gengar and the Metagross. Now, one thing that I did notice about this set is that I can't really hurt the Mega Altaria. However, this gives me a free switch into Registeel, which means that Registeel can bop it. This also gives me a free switch into Scizor, which means Scizor with Bullet Punch can bop it. So this Raikou, honestly, it might not do a whole lot of work this game. However, it does have the potential to just open up a lot of opportunities for Volt Switching and stuff like that. I ran Assault Vest. Also, this speed allows me to outspeed. I think it's like max speed invested Gengar. Pretty sure that's what that is. Timid Max Gengar. However, while I'm not too happy with this set, I can honestly say that I'm not too happy with this team in general. I could have planned better, but I'm too pressed for time. Starmie, Choice Scarf Starmie. My answer to Landorus, the entire time, I'm prepped for Landorus side. This was also a really easy check to why the hell are you level 100? Level 50. It's also a really good check to Swift Swimmers because I can outspeed them in the rain, mainly the Seismitoad. If he's like Adamant or Modest or something like that, not if he's Jolly max speed or Timid max speed. This is my dedicated starting Pokemon. No matter what, I'm going to lead off with Starmie and fire off a hit. He has nothing that wants to come in on an Ice Beam aside from the Metagross, which Hydreigon kind of sort of walls. He has nothing that wants to switch into a Hydro Pump aside from the Seismitoad, and if he switches into Seismitoad, that means I have a free switch into Raikou or into Sizzle or something like that. Or he can knock off my Choice Scarf and allow me to go for Grass Knot the next turn. So, that is my thought process there. Starmie will be my win condition. No matter what, Starmie wins me the game. If all else fails, I win with Starmie. Granted, I have to get a little bit of chip damage off on things. That's fine. I plan to have Starmie in there first to throw him on the back of his heels and then send in my other Pokemon to get chip damage for Starmie to finish everything off. That is my entire goal with Starmie, and that is the only possible way that I see myself winning. David's team is extremely hard to counter because it's very hard hitting. He has a very hyper offensive team. There's not much I can do about that. However, I'm a thorough believer in the only way that you can fight fire is with fire. So that is basically the team. I really hate having a 12-minute team builder video. However, this is very, very necessary for me to do because after this, I'm taking my medication, I'm going to bed. So, I do apologize. Next week will be completely different. Look for the battle sometime next week, maybe around like Wednesday or something like that. However, make sure you guys have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will see you guys later. Bye!